This week's Parsha is Parshas Matos Maasei, and this week's video is sponsored in honor of Simon Springer. The Torah relates how Elazar HaKohen instructed the Bnei Yisrael coming from the war with Midian to engage in the ritual of Hagalas Kelim, of cleansing the utensils. They had captured certain utensils of war that they now wanted to use, but being owned by a guy, they now needed to purify them and cleanse them from their original state. Now, the interesting terminology that the pasuk uses is haboim la milchama, that the Yidden came to war, when really it should have said haboim mi milchama. These Yidden were coming from war. So why does it say la milchama? Says the Yita of Leiv, Rabbi Yekusiel Yehuda Teitelbaum of Sigit Zatzal, that Elazar HaKohen was teaching them a moral value. He wasn't just educating them in the service and the avodah of Hagalas Kelim, he was giving them a lesson for life. He was saying that they just came from a war, these 12,000 warriors, handpicked by Moshe Rabbeinu, and they won the war, they were victorious. And now they may enter some arrogance into their heart, into their minds, and say, we won the war, we are powerful, we are strong, we are the best of the best. And with that gaiva, who knows what could be. So many terrible things happen because people have egos. And Elazar HaKohen was teaching them, just as Hagalas Kelim, you take the keli, you take the vessel, and you burn out the impurities, or you wash out the impurities, however you do it. But you're able to take this vessel and bring it back to the original clean state that it once was in, pristine and beautiful. So too, a person that has arrogance and pride enter their heart because they now won a war and they think they're better than everybody else, you also can clean your heart and clean your mind and purify yourselves from these bad midas and character traits. That is why he said, Haboim la milchama. You weren't just coming from a physical war of defeating men in battle. Rather, you're going to a spiritual war, a greater war of milchemas hayetzer, of conflict between you and your Yetzer Hara, of the bad midas that he wants you to portray. That is what we have to work so hard to eradicate. Gaiva and ego, it brings us down. And that could also answer the question of the Ramban, of why specifically in this war with Midian were they commanded on Hagalas Kelim, not on Sichain or the war with Oig. Why only this war? The answer is because in the other wars, all of the Bnei Yisrael went to battle. Here, there were 12,000 hand-picked soldiers, so they could feel, I was hand-picked because I am amazing, I am the best, I am strong, I am powerful. Whereas the rest of Klal Yisrael in the other wars, everyone went to war, there was no one to boast to. You couldn't go to your friends and say, ha ha, I was so strong, we beat them. Everyone went to war. We have to realize how important this value is. When we're God-given a talent or a skill or something that makes us better than others, whether it be in business or in a hobby or in singing or in dancing or in art or in math or in with a special brain that you could think more logically than other people, or in any talent that God has given you, do you become boastful about it? Do you become arrogant about it? Do you say, I know better than everyone else? Or are you humble about it and realize that God was the one who gave you that in the first place? So realize it's not it's not in your strength. It's all up to Hashem no matter what. Have a beautiful Shabbos.